Hi, welcome back to A Better You in a Minute or Two. I'm Dr. John McGrail, and before I dive into today's episode, which is all about teaching you how to be a great artist, yes, I would just like to take a moment to thank and acknowledge all the folks who wrote and called and texted me about our last episode, The Legend or Saga of Urquhart Castle. Yes, I had a great time doing it, and yes, my Scottish accent does need some work. I haven't practiced it in a long time. But it was a lot of fun. And remember, this is all about making life more fun. The other thing that I felt really gratified about was that beyond the shenanigans of me trying to be a Scotsman, you got the point. And the whole lesson around last episode was the inevitability of change in life. So if you missed it, go to my YouTube channel, Dr. John McGrail, tune in. All the other episodes are there as well. And there's lots of other videos, TV shows and people getting hypnotized and clients talking about what it's like to do synthesis. There's all kinds of stuff there. So go check it out. I hope you do. Catch last episode and any of the other ones. And again, my thanks. Oh yes, and by the way, a lot of questions about Loch Ness. We were on Loch Ness for about 4 days. We went from one end to the other, from side to side, and really saw pretty much every bit of it. And yes, we tried really hard to have a Nessie sighting. That's one of the things that I wanted most in my visit to Scotland. And we even did what the locals told us to do, which was to drink a lot of the water of life, which is Scottish for Scotch. And we did that. Quite a bit of it, as a matter of fact. But she would not show. Still, it was a hell of a lot of fun trying. Anyway, let's talk about today's episode. How can you be a great artist? Well, you know, if you think about it, is there anything more beautiful than art, whether it's photography or music or painting or sculpture? It is just one of the finest endeavors a human being can undertake. In fact, I do a little bit of drawing myself. And as you can see, this is my latest. I'm not much of an artist in that regard. And yet I'm a great artist, and I'm going to teach you how to be one too. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with painting or sculpture or poetry or any of those fine arts. If you can do those, great. This is an art that anybody can perfect pretty quickly, and it will empower your life in an amazing way. And it's called the Art of Allowance. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's what I want you to do. Think about all the people in your life that you really would rather never have to spend another minute with, that you have to spend time with all the time. It can be family members like Aunt Murgatroyd, who you've got to go to Easter weekend or spend Mother's Day or Christmas or Hanukkah or a birthday. It can be those folks at work. You know, those ones that are absolute jerks and you'd just like to jump out a window rather than be in a room with them, but you've got to go to meetings with them, you've got to go to conferences with them. That might be your boss. Ooh, you have to do projects. Those are the folks. They're there. We all have them in our lives. Let's face it. Now, when you're with those people, you've got some choices. But before we talk about the choices you've got, I want to do a little exercise with you so you really understand what I'm talking about. So here's what I want you to do. Take a nice deep breath right from your belly all the way in. And hold it. And now gently release it. Ah. Feel how wonderful that energy is, just flowing. Now take another breath. And hold it. And do this. Ooh, that doesn't feel so good, right? Feels really good. Not so good. Okay, back to those people. When you're with those people, which kind of energy do you generally have? Or exactly. So, think of it this way. When you have to spend time with those jerks in your life, whomever they may be, and again, let's face it, we all have them. I'm going to say that again and underline it. You've got three choices of what you do with that time. One, you could accept them and say, yeah, you know, you're a jerk, but I accept you. Yeah, you're a complete, yeah. Are you going to do that? No, because even trying to do that creates that. Or you could tolerate them. You know, you're one of the biggest idiots I know in my life, and I've got to spend time with you, and I'd rather not, but I want to tolerate you. Feel the in that? Yeah, there's still a lot of in that. But what you could do is just allow them to be who and what they are, because guess what? You can't change them, and they're not going to change. So instead of accepting them, which hurt, or tolerating them, allow them to be who and what they are. And then it has no effect on you. Your energy continues to flow. And with a little bit of practice, you would be amazed at how good you can get at this and how easy it becomes to spend those times. Whether it's a weekend with Aunt Murgatroyd or a 4-day conference in Atlanta, which is where I used to go all the time, or wherever. you just slide right through it. Now, does it take practice? Yes. What else does it take? Like any art, it takes imagination, it takes inspiration, it takes self-discipline, it takes practice. But it doesn't take a lot of practice, because you're going to feel so good so quickly that you're going to say, wow, why didn't I ever do this before? Because guess what? They are there, and they're going to be there. So why let it affect you? Allow them to be who and what they are. Allow, 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 allow. Now, are there exceptions to this? Absolutely. If someone is hurting an innocent creature or person, either physically or emotionally, you don't allow that, because now they have stepped over the line of just being a jerk into being something that I cannot say on a G-rated show, but you know where I'm going with that. You don't ever allow that. But the rest, try it. I promise you'll like it. Because remember, not is it that we're making life more fun, but it's always, always about you creating a better you. Until next time, this is Dr. John. Thanks in advance for your letters and comments. Please keep them coming in. Thanks for sharing this on your social media networks. The more people we reach, the more people are going to feel, and that's what we want. And until next time, I'll say so long.